Tottenham till I die, Spurs die hard. Tottenham till I die. Tottenham till I die. Tottenham till I die. Spurs die hard. Tottenham till I die. Tottenham till I die, Spurs die hard. Tottenham till I die.
Hello and welcome to the regular Sunday edition of Spurs Diehards, Tottenham Till I Die. Tonight I've got co-owner and co-host Ian back. He's just back from holiday, so I hope he's holding up well. How are you doing, Ian?
Yeah, well, jet lagged. Late
Boat
coming
lag.
back from Sao Paulo last
Cruise.
night, and then
All right.
got in just in time for that SH1T show. So to say I'm not a happy bunny is, and I'm sure nobody is. No one should be happy watching their team lose 3-0 and getting played off the park by a team that's a bottom half team. Yeah, no, not good, not good at all. But yeah, and hi everybody who's watching and what have you. We'll try and dissect some of that, I guess, before I fall asleep. If I fall asleep while I'm talking, Adrian, you're probably better off without me.
Well, we got Roger, a regular friend of the show in the chat. One pays for. Yeah, actually, it's one of my questions, Roger. I'm going to bring up in just a second for Ian. I mean, I'm going to talk about the game and what should have happened, and what didn't happen, and before I dissect the game in any way, if we have time, because I only really want to go for about an hour. So, right, I'm going to get into. That's why I'm going to get into the questions. I can save the game for Tuesday. Right,
Sure.
Ian. To me, we get a draw at Newcastle, 2 home wins, and it seems like 3 steps forward and 1 step backwards.
Yeah, and I think you and I have different views. I've been consistent since the start of the end of last season. I wouldn't have sacked Ange. I know that our good friend Peter Kagaisen, Peter's watching, but was pretty upset that his fellow Australian was sacked. I never really understood the logic. Well, no, I did understand the logic. The logic of sacking Ange was we did not want to be in position in, say, October or November, where we were still in the same position, struggling mid-table, not playing very well, and would have to sack the manager. So we bring in Thomas Frank. And where are we? We've been having them for a few weeks now, of having conversations about whether this is the right man for the job. And Ange has won as a Europa League trophy. With the best will in the world, I cannot see Thomas Frank winning as a trophy. I think this is one of these typical cock-ups by the club. If they had to get rid of Frank, they should have gone for somebody like Glasner, who's won a Europa League, who's won an FA Cup under, with poorer resources, at least in theory, than Tottenham can deliver. Frank, I think, is a Brentford manager. I think he's a mid-table manager. I think he'll do well with clubs that need someone to stabilise. I think I looked at your banners, your prep for the show. Where the strength was he had a week to prepare a team, and he played, and he did with Brentford. He played a team. He picked his teams and his tactics to compensate for the strengths of other teams. I don't think he gets what it is to be a Spurs coach. I don't think he gets it at all. I think he's one-dimensional, and I just don't think he's very good. And I think more than that, I don't think the players rate him. I just get the impression the players are going through the motions.
If the players don't rate him, he's in danger. But to me, Frank didn't have a game every 3 days at Brentford, less time to coach and get his ideas across. he's having to adapt, isn't he? I mean, like if you get a week where you play, it's different, isn't it? And I mean, like if you got 3 days every 3 days, I'm not saying there won't be times with cup competitions he didn't have a game every 3 days, but this is a boiling pressure cooker at Spurs, no matter who's in charge.
And it has been a shit show for a while. But I don't know how you interview a football coach. I've recruited and been in the HR game for a long time, and I would have thought when you're recruiting somebody at that level, you are asking them to put a blueprint together of what they would do, how they would play, their football philosophy, and what have you. Now, of course, anybody in an interview can say what they think the interviewer wants to hear.
Yeah,
but by the same token, I'm not seeing anything from Frank's teams that he puts out that says to me he has a clear identity as Tottenham coach as to what he wants to achieve and therefore what the players want to achieve. We don't seem to be going out with a plan. I mean, I can go back, home games where we would be absolutely on the front foot from the off, really going at teams for 15, 20 minutes. Excuse me. All I see is us knocking the ball about fairly aimlessly. I don't see, one of the reasons why we barely create a chance in the first half of matches is we don't appear to have any consistent attacking ideas at all. And I mean, Richarlison, I call him Sabutio, man. Because we used to say that a little bit about Mark Falco, because the ball just used to rattle off Falco. The thing about Falco is he scored lots of goals wherever he played. This team, Richarlison. Why would Richarlison play 90 minutes today?
You make good points about.
Like I'm a 6-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a fan of Richarlison. I mean, I want him, Basuna and Davies gone. We'll come on to those later. But you make good points about the manager. You know as well as I do the decades you've been supporting this club. Tottenham's tradition is fast, attractive, attacking football. Always has been. Good football. And our motto is to dare is to do, or dare es facere, right? That's our motto. And if you're bringing a manager in, I blame the club for this as well. But if you're bringing a manager in, you bring a manager in that fits our footballing traditions. You don't bring in. I just find. Look, I'm not going to throw Frank under the bus. I know there's fans out there that will do. I mean, you're only as good as your last game. Some managers, and they can be winners. But I'm not throwing him under the bus or any players while at the football club. I don't do that. I think we'll have a strong finish to the season because I think we'll spend in January, and I think we'll finish. But looking at Frank, I just find him a cautious coach personally. I think he's too cautious for me, but I'm going to support him because we can't just throw another manager under the bus.
Adrian, I've got a question for you and for people in the house.
Mm-hmm.
If what we're hearing about the Lewis family, that they're willing to spend at least 150 million in the winter, would you give that money to Thomas Frank? Because I tell you what, one of the arguments for not giving it to Ange was, what's the point of giving it to Ange? Because if he won't even play a holding number 6 or whatever, what's the point? I wouldn't give this man a penny.
Chris,
I'm not sure if I was a Savinho, a Semenyo, or whatever, would you come to Tottenham? I'm not sure I would.
Chris Peters, I know Chris Peters in real life, nice fella. Chris, if you want to come on, the link is actually in the chat. The link's out there. A couple of guests go down with the local bug, I think. So you're more than welcome. Come on, Chris. Yeah, I mean, I do find Frank. I'm going to get back to the banners. I do find Frank too cautious for me, but I'm not going to throw him. We can't rinse and repeat again, then get another manager and do that. And then you've got to consider ENIC, right? Forget the manager. ENIC brought this guy in. The new wave of ENIC, although they were responsible for, they had Levy in before, so they haven't really ever gone away. So they are partly responsible for what happened before Levy. They just shielded themselves with Levy as the front man, basically. So So with this, I just don't see them on the board, the brother and sister. I just don't see them getting rid of, or the imaging director and his co-sidekick as well, our lawyer Peter. I don't see them sacking Frank because it just that would embarrass them, Ian. You see what it is from that point of view. From a footballing point of view, I can see why fans might want him to go at the end of the season or whenever, but he should be given this season anyway. So, in my opinion, but I get the argument. I'm not happy. We've seen a little bit of growth, a little bit of progress. The growth we've seen is in a couple of players. We've seen Bergvall step up. We've seen Gray step up. We've seen VDV move to a new level of the game. We look so disjointed and we lack cohesion across the pitch. I mean, I'm going to come into that now. Let's get a banner up. Right. Well, we talked about this free hit for Frank this season, or do you think if things got drastically wrong, they'd go? You've got to bear in mind what the Bold would do.
Why should he get a free hit? He's taken over a club that's just won a European trophy, and won a European trophy that was so injury ravaged it was untrue. Yet, the man everybody loved to hate, Ange Postecoglou, did it, and he did it with with an absolutely injury ravaged squad. And I mean, I don't know how much you could see on telly, but those players were absolutely playing out of their skins for Ange and Bilbao. And some of the comments they made and what have you, when he left, suggested that they were really, really disappointed. I don't think he's getting a free hit, and I've got a real worry, as I said to you earlier, that the players are not playing for him. That the players, what they're working on the training ground and what have you, that they really don't see this man as offering anything. And these guys, they play under top managers, they play international football. You can't kid them. You can't fool them. I mean, we are Spurs TV. Ange had nothing to do with the win. I mean, I just don't get that as a philosophy. You blame a manager when things go badly. You got to give him credit when he wins something. But anyway, I mean, so I'm looking at the comments coming up. Roger says, sorry, I've lost it. Frank was Levy's choice, not the Lewis siblings, so they could sack him and make their choice. I just wonder how much there is in that. I mean, if he was genuinely Levy's choice, I don't know how much input Vinay had and what have you.
Do you get that? I mean, I don't go with the fact that they say like, look, no club in their right mind is going to let a manager loose with a checkbook. You can imagine Conte or Mourinho with a free checkbook. They'd buy the planet, wouldn't they? Right. So, and we know that there's 10 on the scout scarf. We got 3 scouts abroad: Max Legger in Germany, Pereira in Portugal, and someone in another country. And we've got scouts at home, 5 scouts at home doing analytics, and the other 5 are scouts, and they're all under Rob McKenzie. So, and they sit down. There's a big team. I mean, if you want to bash anyone with a stick, you can say they're responsible for the signings, but they're not. It's a team, Ian. It's a team decides. So these signings, that team know who we need. They know we need a left back and a left field attacker, and we definitely need a midfield general, someone who can carry the ball, right? So they know that. So that's what I'm keeping my eye out for coming now, because the transfer window's not that far off, and we've all been bombarded with players, and a lot of them I thought, well, I don't care where you got the story from. We're not in for him because we just don't need a player like that. You got to look where we got to prioritise, which is left wing, midfield, ball general, and a left back is what we need in this window. And I don't see why we can't get all 3. We had 70 mil left over. We didn't spend all Sylvania. We injected another 100 mil. That's about the 100 mil for the infrastructure. So there's about 170 mil there. You can put down payments down on free players and get free players, or probably pay for free players for that amount of money.
Adrian, let's say you get those players in. What actual difference is it going to make if you haven't got a coach with the attacking instincts and the attacking ideas to bring out the best in them?
Well, you need someone to drive us forward from midfield to start off with, the ball carrying, whatever, to get us up the pitch. I mean, and well, I'll come to the banners because you make a good point, right? I'm going to go through these chats first. So you if you buy high wage experience, but I'd give Frank the money. Yeah, I mean, we will go for proven quality. Even gents, one word, shocking. True, Graham. Well, I suppose we won the trophy off a scrappy own goal. True as well.
Yeah.
Simple answer, number question that I feel that way, but he's not showing enough, unfortunately, to get quality. Yeah. Andrew had nothing to do with it. Oh, he did. Of course he did. It was his philosophy that got the win. Frank was Levy's choice. No, I disagree. Frank was the Enix choice. Levy was going well before that time. I believe he was going well before the time he was dismissed. He's just kept quacking away, hoping to save his job. When it's saying, "Oh, we want to win this, we want to win that, the league and the Champions League," hoping he's going to save his job. It's just like no two games the same. True, That's no problem. Inconsistency, and the squad is better than the results we've got. I mean, we all know that. As much as we like to critique players, we want the players refusing to play.
I mean, I agree with a lot of those comments. What I don't have confidence is that Frank has the tactical wherewithal to say, "Look, this is where we're at. We know there's a little bit to go, but this is the stuff we're working on." I don't hear anything in his press conferences or his comments after the games that make me think, yeah, he actually understands the problem. Because if you don't understand the problem in any walk of life, you can never find the solution. And I just don't think he's got it.
This is an issue with me, lack of cohesion between the midfield and attack. Now we can critique the attacking players, any three that are up there, but they're not going to look good if they don't get the ball in, are they? You know what I mean? Where's the link play? There's just none. We've had this problem all season between the midfield and attack. Dents is fine on its day. It's as good as any team would probably like our back four in a day. All right, you might question the goalkeeper, but
yeah, we don't question the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean where's the midfield cohesion? Why didn't Frank see? This is where he let me down today. Why didn't he sort it out? I mean, at the end, reporters were asking, why do you put more attackers on? And he made the subs he did. Well, I wouldn't have been against that. To me, we're losing the midfield battle. Bring a midfielder on, take Richarlison off, leave Kudus and Moani up there. Get a hold on the game. Once you've got a hold on the game, then you can bring an attacker on. You can bring Tell on or Johnson on or whatever you want to try. But we weren't in this game and he didn't fix the midfield. It's always the midfield. And as much as I like Paulinho and Bentancur on his day, they are squad players. I don't see us signing Paulinho in the summer. I really don't. He hasn't got the legs to get about the field. He's got good stats this season. He scores goals, breaks up tackles. Good player. I don't mind if we keep him. I like the player. But most teams in the Premier League, even the lesser teams, they are full of dynamic players in midfield. And Forest outrun us in midfield, pressed us to hell today. They outrun us all over the place, basically. Well, and we can cope. So you fix that first. Put the extra body in midfield. Take a forward off. Take Richarlison off. He wasn't going to get nothing.
And why is he still playing the very similar 4-3-3 to the system that Ange played, that left us exposed? I just don't get what Frank's trying to do. I don't know that he gets what he's trying to do. I mean, I agree with you. If you go a 4-2-3-1, you go a 3-5-2, which would be my favourite formation for the squad that we've got. You know, you talk about legs in midfield, but Sarr's not injured, is he?
No.
Sarr can't get a game.
I mean,
the best legs.
Sarr, Bergvall and Gray have all got better engines, and Paulinho is the slowest, and Bentancur. They do get up. They do score the odd goal. They get up, but it's for set plays. Every team throws its bodies forward at set plays. So they do that. But when it comes to breaking up playing midfield, you need legs in there to go right and go left to stop the attacking midfielders or wingers. Paulinho hasn't got the legs to do that.
No.
He's an up and down player. Right, he holds the narrow central spot in midfield. That's his channel, forward and back. Bentancur can do it. Before he got his ACL, I loved the player because he would get up and down. He would drive us up the pitch. I thought, this is what we need in midfield. Somebody who drives us up the pitch. He doesn't seem to. I mean, like you said, he has it good every other game, but he doesn't seem to do it so much now. Now he's just signed a new contract. That's why I think Paulinho will be ditched. I don't think we'll go for him. Bayern Munich might even drop their price for him because he's 31 or whatever. But I don't think we'll go for it. If we keep him, all well and good. But I think because we need to bring in at least another midfielder, a dynamic midfielder, maybe we need to bring in a Belieber or an Anderson at Forest, or maybe a Conor Gallagher, that sort of type of player that gets you forward.
Yeah.
But because I actually think that Sarr, Gray was off it today, right? But I actually think Gray could do that job that Pauline does, and I think he could do it better because he's got an engine on him. And then you could have Sarr and Bergvall playing. I mean, like Gray and Bergvall are the future in midfield. It's just who's going to be with them. Whether Moan is in front of him or Xavi. So
I'd have coped with Sarr, Gray, Bergvall. I mean, great. Look, I'm a big Frank Gray, Archie Gray fan, but he was poor today. There's no getting away from it. But can I just highlight a couple of things in the chat? I mean, Dane can't be any worse than Richarlison. I mean, and I don't understand why Richarlison keeps getting a game. He just does nothing for me.
His stats are great this year. 6 goals. His stats are great. I'd even bring Lancashire in before Richarlison. I'd bring him back at the end of the season. But we'll see what we do. We've been linked with Diamonde, but that's about a £70 million player in Germany, right? Ivory Coast striker. I'd like to sign Moani. I think Moani's our best striker. You can see his touch and that on him and his flicks. He's got it all, Moani. He's got it all.
Big service.
Yeah, exactly that. And I don't think the way the midfield set up, Frank has to get blends. It's not just having 3 in there, and you've got to have a blend of 3 because you can't play them all every game, even if you get a good blend of 3. So, I mean, this is why you've got Sarr, Bergvall, Gray, and Xavi,
But I mean, the comment there, Richarlison presses well.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he doesn't press badly, but you don't marry your girlfriend because she's good at ironing.
Yeah, I mean, exactly it.
He's got to deliver a lot more than that. And I didn't understand the tactics, by the way, of playing Moani left and playing Richarlison in the middle. What the fuck was that about? Should
have played one. I'd understand it more if Richarlison was on the left because he's good defensively. He can track back and help the was. But he did it in the other game, and then he chopped again because then he pushed. We had Marnie in the centre and Richarlison in there, and then he tweaked it in a game, and Richarlison was playing down the middle. And I just thought, well, if you want to be a bit cautious, you play Richarlison on the left because he'll block that end up for you. He will help out.
Yeah.
This year,
I'm not happy. I'm not
happy either. But
you
I
could argue we lost to 2 self-inflicted goals and a wonder strike. I mean, that third goal, you just sometimes have to just hold your hand up and go. That's a stunning goal. But it's papering over the cracks. The overall team performance, cohesion, tactics, everything was wrong.
Yeah. I actually thought Xavi was the only bright spot out there. Pushing forward and trying to make things, but you needed more effort and energy. The players seemed to be content to dwell on the ball, slow on the ball, and you allow teams to get set behind you, in front of you. So you make life harder for yourself. We're at our best when we're fast, slip. The games we've proved in recently are the ones we move the ball quicker.
Yeah.
Now I get people will critique Romero, but sometimes he's slow on the ball. Sometimes it probably is down to him. He's maybe he's being a bit, but other times there's no movement in front of him, Ian. None whatsoever. You don't get that with Man City, things like that. Players are always moving, or they're moving into space. They're not standing with a defender on their backs, or someone marking them. We need to do things a lot more quickly. I think midfield's the most important issue to address. I don't think look, Moani will get goals. Kudus will get goals, right? Even Odegaard or Tell, they'll get us goals if they get the service. But this is the issue. And you've got to win the midfield battle to earn the right to play. And we know that most games are won and lost in midfield. And this is you can't expect.
There's a comment from Jimmy there. Hi, Jimmy. How can you put in a performance like that after 2 good wins and 5 days between games? Makes no sense. I think it's a really important point because Forest played on Thursday night.
Yeah.
So we've had, if you like, more prep time and what have you.
Mm.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not a happy bunny.
No, I don't
Being
think many
tired
of
and
us are.
irritable as well doesn't help. But
Well, yeah, I mean, and it is. I mean, you get frustrated, and it is draining. It is draining when you want to see growth and progress. We've seen signs in, like I said, a few players earlier have improved their game, but overall team progress and growth, we haven't seen it. And we're like, he's had 25 games now, I think. So we need to see it. I mean, I think if Frank were to go, I mean, what's the name? Xavi's available as well as Klopp.
yeah,
Klopp.
I
So
saw the name Klopp.
yeah, so if he was to, I don't think he goes this season. I mean, normally when the board at our club try to do something with smoke and mirrors, they do it in a close season when no one can complain, and it's all done and dusted before the next season starts. So I think, and Frank may get it right, but he's at a club where fans demand good football. They demand attacking football, and it's our tradition, and we're not seeing it. That's why I didn't want Conte and Mourinho, not because they ain't good managers and world-class managers in their own right. I just, when their style of football doesn't work, it is so painful to watch. When it works, and when it's well, we won the game, so who cares, basically. But
finishing 12th, if you're a Brentford supporter, finishing 12th is a really good achievement. I just don't see anything from Frank to make me think he has the tactical nous to turn this mediocre team into a top one.
Yeah. We'll talk about this bit and then I'll go to the chat. Lack of front three relationships in Ian, me and you. We've seen Chivers and Gilzean. We've seen more modern times. We've seen Sheringham and Klinsmann. Right. We've seen partnership up front. Right. Yeah. Crooks and Archibald. Right. There is no cohesion with the front three at all. We sort of like hope a team makes a mistake, so we score a goal, basically, like the own goal that started us off against Slavia Prague. I mean, like, where's the understanding? Where one player, Sheringham would know where Klinsmann was and vice versa. Same with Chivers and Gilzean. They knew. You knew where the ball was coming. Strikers used to work in pairs. Now it's sort of like a lone striker. But
I'm going to name drop Steve Archibald. I don't know Steve, but we were chatting on X as you do, and I said it was genius by Keith Birkinshaw. Because in the same summer we were short. We had the midfield. We had the midfield then of Hoddle and Ideas and what have you. But that 79-80 season and that summer of 79, he signed Archibald from Aberdeen,
800 grand
from Stoke, and they
Crooks,
immediately clicked.
Yeah.
And Archie came back at me quite hard and said, "You've got no idea how hard Garth and I worked at that."
Yeah.
And that's the point. What are they doing on the training ground? I mean, these things come by working. They're doing little drills. The ball's there. Kudos. Porro come. If you go inside, you go outside. You've got to make the run across the defender, leaving on the left side, Odebear or Tell or Richarlison coming in on the far. There's so many little drills. I don't see any evidence of what they're working on the training field.
Well,
to create chances. And there is a reality here. Thomas Frank's teams were based on really solid organisation and defensive solidity.
Well, you made a good point when you mentioned the training ground, because one thing that sticks in my craw, and I've been accused of being harsh before on this, why are we giving the players 2 days off, right, when there are things we need to work on? Why? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, there's lots of tactical things. Our throw-ins are crap to start off with, right? And you can do throw-in drills, and I've been laughed at, but you can. If you're a coach and you can't work out a throw-in drill, you shouldn't be a coach. So you should be able to work at throwing what's in your third, the middle third, the final third. You should be able to work those sort of things out, right? So, all right, we've seen improvements at set pieces, definitely improved. They've definitely been worked on. And, but like, giving players 2 days off just because you're winning. I mean, I remember when we beat Arsenal the last time, they said I would give the players. I get the euphoria around the win, but where are we in the league table? Where do we need to improve? Well, we should be working. I'd bring players in on their days off here, and would they get paid enough? If I had to, I'd say, right, no days off. You've got to come in. We've got to work on this, and that might stir them up a bit more. I think sometimes they're pampered like racehorses in a top stable. They're too pampered and spoilt. I mean,
oh, you don't know. You've got no idea how hard horses work. Yeah.
So they should. They're pampered, right?
Sitting in a field, eating grass is not what racehorses do. But that's another story. Let's not get into racehorses. Look,
let's go through the chat. There's about 40.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments in the chat.
There's about 40 odds. Sorry if I don't get you all, guys, but this is here we go. Gary's here, I think. 3-5-2 works for his players.
Yeah, that was my comment before.
Big up,
3-5-2. I think
that's what I said before. When you were saying you liked a 5, I needed to know what your 5 was. Was it, a 5-3-2, or was whether it's like, a 3-4-3? I think like. And I said, if we're going to play, me and Gary actually seem to think alike on a lot of things. If we're going to play 5, to me it has to be 3-5-2. I think that would work for us more than anything else. Then you're losing a winger. You can play Kudus or even Johnson alongside a main striker, but you're losing your wingers. But as we're short of the left,
you're not losing wingers, Adrian, are you?
Well, you're not, because we haven't really got, apart from Odebert, who's developing, we haven't got a left winger as such. So you could go 3-5-2, but then it works, and I get the old angle coming at us a 3-5-2. Yeah, it works. But then you look at, we play the whole pre-season 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. This is the same, really. It's 4-3-3, right? We play all the pre-season games that way. We play most of the league games that way. Then we change it in a couple of games, which I'm not sure is the right thing to do once you've started off playing 4-3-3. You stick with it. If you're going to change it, you do it pre-season next season, right? But yeah, I get that. I think 3-5-2 would work. I'm not a fan of a back 5. I'm not. But I think 3-5-2 would work. But we'll see. Why not give him a run at this point? Who are we talking about? Chris is on, Graham. Okay. Big up, Jimmy. Regular friend of the show. Big up, Graham. Let's just wait for Pooch. Yeah, and I think Pochettino would be available as well in the summer after the World Cup, of course.
I'm not sure about going back. I'm really not.
You don't like the idea of the return of the same girlfriend, yeah?
Mm.
Well, he wasn't backed. He did well considering he wasn't backed. I mean, 518 days without a signing in. I mean, that's grace.
I always had my phone on just in case anything develops. Yeah. Jamie Carragher, who got a bit of stick in the week for some of his comments, but on Guillermo Vicario, every time this is a quote, every time I see a goal go in, he throws his arms at someone else. He seems to do it a lot, and he did it against.
Big up, Gary. Yeah. Well, this is it. Even Moani was cutting in. Even he was trying to cut in all the time from the left. So, he can play on the left, Moani, though. I've seen him in videos play on the left and do well. I want him signed. But, will he want to sign? That's the thing. I don't think the dressing room's been lost. I think Frank got it totally wrong today. Not the team selection. I was quite happy with the team. But once things go wrong, you expect him to be proactive, not reactive.
I don't see those players, what I'm seeing out there, have any belief in what they're doing when they go out onto the football field. I just don't see it. I might be completely wrong, but I don't see those players. I don't see that they're playing for the manager. I think they're going through the motions.
You could be spot on here, Chris, with this. I can't imagine going at half-time berating the players. You probably just clap and say, come on, we can do such. Yeah. Because, look, these players have played the game. I mean, Frank did well in Denmark as coaches with the young Danish side. I mean, he's a good manager. Yeah. Is he good enough to take us forward? Well, this season, he'll be judged this season. How we finish this season? I only see him going in the summer if there is a turnaround. And to me, he's got his coaches as well. I mean, we brought the whole team in. He's got his
lost
coaches.
his best one apparently.
Mm.
His best one's apparently off to Colorado.
And Matty Wells is off to MSL as well.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. Matty Wells off to Colorado, isn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, I'll go through the game last minute. Frank said he wants early signings in. How many do you see we getting?
I'm not sure I would have. I think there's you actually there was a slide somewhere with the fixtures coming up. We've got Liverpool next game. Is that right?
Yeah, these none of the games are Premier League are. We've got Liverpool at home. They just started to turn a corner a bit. Palace are very good now. They've got a very good side away.
Yeah.
Then we got Brentford. We always do well against Brentford. So like even away at their ground, I expect us to get point or points at Brentford. Then Sunderland, they beat Newcastle today 1-0. Then Bournemouth. Then Villa in the Cup. And then we got West Ham at home. Should do them. Dortmund, one-off cup game. It's like a cup game. That would get us. We virtually qualified. We only need a point really to qualify. But we beat Dortmund. Done. And then we got Burnley. I mean, how many points would you expect out of this? I mean, we're all going to be a bit less confident.
Well, I'm not confident. I'm not confident of this manager. I'm not confident in the players the way he's got them lined up. But I could see it. I mean, I can see a situation where we get beat at home by Liverpool and lose away at Palace, and there's suddenly a lot of pressure going into that game on the 28th at Brentford. A lot of pressure. We're talking to players would have been more advanced. There's talk Palace want, excuse me, they want Brennan Johnson. He's not a player that anybody's gonna stand in their way if he goes, particularly as what's his name, Mateta, the centre forward, or Wharton in midfield. I mean, if there was a deal to be done, particularly for Wharton, because he's exactly what we lack in midfield. Exactly what we lack. And that
I could go with that.
That'll make a big difference. But I would be if I'm Viv Lewis at the moment, I'm certainly, and particularly it depends on how much input I had into Frank's appointment. But if I'm Viv Lewis, and this is Daniel's appointment, and I've had nothing to do with it, I'm thinking I've got a free hit here. And if I'm going to put 150, 200 million of my own money, I know it's only pocket money for them, but I'm reluctant to give a lot of money for players who maybe not playing under this manager. Hi, Chris.
I get that, Ian, but I think the weaknesses in the squad or in areas that we need to prioritise are well known by the coaching staff, the manager, and those involved with the purse that hold the purse strings. So they'd obviously would go for the player if there is a unanimous sort of or virtually almost unanimous agreement on what sort of player to go for. So it won't be down to Frank like who we bring in. He'll say yes or he might say no. But if we've got a list of left wingers, if it's like Nico Williams, Rodrigo on loan because he wants Brazilian football, back to Silvina again, or Lookman,
Semenyo, apparently we're prepared to outbid
Semenyo.
I mean,
and what we should do,
Adrian, the bottom line is it doesn't matter how many good players you've got up top. If you haven't got a supply line to them, what's the point?
That's true. I agree. We need to. That's why I said the midfield is our biggest issue. It's been our issue. It's been our issue all season. It was even an issue under Ange. So like, you need to get the service to them. But I mean, someone like Semenyo, for example, right? You get these rooms, ignore the social media, he might not want to come or he wants to go to Man City or Liverpool. Listen, Liverpool have got enough wingers, right? Man City can't even give Silvina a game and they've got Barb and Doku and all that. So I don't see them going out spending the money. Liverpool spent $500 million or something on players. I don't see them going out. This is why we should strike in January, because our rivals might be waiting in to the end after April. When you submit your accounts from April to June, when the new season starts, you can spend in the next year of financial fair play or whatever it is, which is the rules have changed now to a year again. So we should go now, show our intent in January. I know it's difficult to get players, then pay the extra. If some menu's got a 65 million release score with 5 million out and say, right, just go to Palace and say, we'll give you 75 mil. Bang. Now all we want to know is, does the player want to come? If you don't want to play, don't want to come, move on. Move on. Go to Madrid. What I'd say, like Alonso hasn't been playing Rodrigo. I'd be going for him next. I'd say go for Rodrigo, or even go for Nico Williams at Bilbao, right? And pay the wages, right? Go and get the player. And I think we can get the drop on our rivals that normally are more attractive than us, because we've got money to spend in January, and I don't think they all have. I don't think they have got money to spend in January. So we can get the drop on. I'm expecting at least 2 players in January, if not 3. I'd want a midfielder, a left back, and the left-sided attacker. Right. So we've been linked with. What's Raskin like at Glasgow Rangers? We've been linked with him, the Belgian.
Who?
Nikola Raskin at Glasgow Rangers.
No, not even close to being good enough to play Premier League football.
Right, okay.
Not even close.
Right. We've also been linked with Alexander Stankovic at Club Bruges. But I know Milan have got a buyback of 20 million or something.
Yeah. But Raskin's not a bad player. But I mean, if Nico Raskin's the height of our ambition, I'll give up. I mean, I really will.
And then we've been linked with, is a midfielder at Atletico Madrid, but is their best midfielder. Forget his name now. If someone knows in the chat, remind me. But I just think that left-sided winger. So as Odegaard, I want to keep Odegaard. I like him, but he needs to develop.
Bringing Mikey Moore back. Well, yeah.
Yeah, doing well at Rangers. So
he's done okay. He's done more than okay at Rangers.
Yeah, and I want a left back, and I like the Frankfurt left back. I really like him. I mean, he's fast. He can defend. He's up and down. So I would expect at least 2 players in the window. I would actually expect our recruitment team, what they've been doing all season, Ian. We know where we need to prioritise. We know we need perhaps a striker. I mean, I hope we get Moani. But if we've got Moani and we're keeping Solanke, then we don't need another striker. We need service, as you alluded to. We just need service to them. They can score goals. Solanke can score goals, you know.
Let's talk about the thing that really does need talking about. We desperately need a goalkeeper. I mean, bloody hell. Vicario is so poor.
Well, I don't see him going to Milan. There's been rumours about that. I don't see them wanting him. Thing is, he saved us so many points, but then he lets himself down with silly errors. Just on a couple of them, it's not so much his bad kicking.
He's a shot stopper, he's not a goalkeeper.
He can be a yard out of position on his goal line. That second goal, he should have had that cover today, right? He should have got that. That doesn't creep in. That was like Porro scoring away at Bodo Glint. You know, I mean, he shouldn't. He should have. You know, he was at fault of that. I mean, he was also at fault with Gray. If he sees a player close to Gray and you throw the ball out to Gray, all right, Gray takes the fault. He wanted a touch, right? So Gray's. I blame Gray. I'm a fan of Gray. I'm a big fan of Gray. Actually, a very big fan. But again, pass it out wide, Vicario. Pass it wide to the wings. If you lose the ball, the player's got to get a crossing or dribble forward into your box, right? Instead, you've played an easy ball to Gray, who wanted it. Gray did want it. He did call for it, right? So he takes the blame. That wasn't his best game. He had a shot later, which actually was a good strike. It was our only shot on target all game. That's a disgrace. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm a fan of Gray's as well. I blame him for the first goal. He doesn't have 2 touches. He cannot take 2 touches. It has to go. He has to play it wide left.
Yeah.
And move the
Yeah. Porro was free, I think. So
yeah. Well, it doesn't matter where it goes. It has to go first.
I haven't posted the video of the highlight. I'll do them later, and people can watch them when they've calmed down. When everyone's calmed down. How many January squad upgrades do you think we'll get in the chat? How many upgrades do you think we'll get?
Well, I think we need 4. How many we'll get's another matter. I think we need 4.
Yeah. Just going through some of the chat.
Yeah.
The issue with that, Ian, is though there's an issue.
We'll go
I mean-
another 15 minutes or so, Chris,
Okay.
before I'm going for a shower and then my bed.
Right. Okay. All right. We'll go another 15. Right. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, with that, the other issue we have is that we bring any foreign players in January, they're going to want Champions League football, obviously, Ian, right?
Yep.
And we can't fit all the foreign players in that we've got now. Dragoson's not in the squad. Takaya's not, although he might get loaned out because he's only 20, right? When they're back, you got Decky coming back. He counts, you know. So, and if you bring others in, Frank's going to have to leave some out. I mean, and that doesn't create a happy player. But I'm not sure. Bergvall and Gray, they might count as under 21s now because they've been with us a couple of seasons, and they are 19, which is helpful. That helps. And of course, we can make the squad up with under 21s, but most of our good ones have been loaned out.
Yeah.
So, you know, on that, I mean, like you say, Mikey Moore's doing well. Vaskovic is smashing it in Germany after a disastrous first game when they lost 5-0 at home to Bayern Munich, Hamburg.
There's talk he's not
everybody wants
interested in
him.
being a Spurs player, Adrian.
Sorry?
I've read talk that he's not that interested in playing for Spurs. Have you picked that up?
It's not the latest report I read. He said what Spurs have done for me, he's saying, is they've got my development right. I'm happy, he said, because I went from, you know, Zagreb or whatever it is to the Polish side, then into Belgian league and now into the German side. So the next up is our squad. And people need to realise when you got all these rumours where the media want to upset us fans, is that he couldn't sign his contract until he was 18 in February this year.
Of course, yeah.
So he's got a long contract. I mean, so his contract is probably to 2031.
Is it as long as that?
Well, it'd be at least 5 years. We paid 12 million for him as a 16-year-old. That's unheard of, Ian, right? So, how'd you split? I think it was actually, yeah. So, yeah. So, I mean, I've never seen, when I watched him, first see them, I thought, oh, this kid's good. Watched him a few more times. I've never seen a better centre-back at his age. I've never seen a better centre-back at his age. I mean, he ranks up there with Bobby Moore and Beckenbauer, as far as I'm concerned. I think he can be that good. I think he's going to be world class. I even think it would spoil it a bit. I think he could even do a job as a 6. But, you know, we'll see. I mean, he will be back at Spurs. But listen, if Bayern Munich are really interested and Leipzig and all these others are interested, really, yeah, we're not selling him for under probably 70 million at his age. So then we will start making money on players, you know.
Yeah.
Get the banners. Are you hopeful we'll have a strong end to the season, Ian? I mean, do you see us with Decky coming back, a couple of fresh signings? Decky would give us so much more in that team because he gives you so much energy as well.
Decky would give us, and I mean, and Solanke again. I mean, I think both those players have been badly missed. But well,
we've lost the front four. You've lost Decky, Solanke, Maddison, right? I mean, like, who's not going to? Last season it was centre backs. This season is a forward line.
Yeah, hang on.
Our first forward line as well. Oh, sorry.
You asked me a question.
Go on.
About do I see us having a strong end to the season? And Jimmy's answered that question. How I would answer it. That's where I think. Do I think we'll have a strong end to the season under Thomas Frank? No, I don't.
Okay.
That I don't trust Frank. He wouldn't. I've said at the beginning. I've said all along. He wasn't my choice of appointment. I wouldn't have sacked Ange. Having sacked Ange, it wouldn't have been Frank. I don't think the players are playing for him. No, I don't think we'll have a strong end to the season. And I think agents may get wind of the fact that the players don't particularly like it under Thomas Frank, and then their clients may be reluctant to come to the club. That's my worry at the moment.
I'll tell you what got me today, and what I found most annoying were the substitutions.
Substitutions were atrocious.
Yeah. No, I'm just going to give you right. I've got a banner.
You've got banners on them.
I'm not going to go through the game. I'll save that for Tuesday. We're going to have another rant Tuesday, but we're only going to go till another 10 minutes. So where are they? Hang on. Let's scroll back. Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, I'm glad Davy's got a great cheer for being at his club 11 years or whatever, probably the longest serving player we've had, more than Sonny and Kane, probably, I don't know. But Davies, we know Davies is in the squad here. We know that this is his last season. Hardly one for the future, is he, to bring him on?
Adrian, people in the chat, what was the purpose of bringing on Davies for Spence? Someone explain it to me, because I didn't get it then, and I still don't get it.
Yeah.
I get the other two, because Gray was struggling. He'd had a yellow card. I get that, although, I mean, Sarr, I talked about Sarr earlier. You know, you're looking to get up the field and what have you. We're 2 down at that point. Still 2 down. Bergvall for Bentancur, good change. Bergvall actually looked quite lively. Took a yellow for the team.
He always looks lively, though.
Yeah, absolutely. But Davies for Spence? I thought, all right, we're going to go 3 at the back. But then we took... It didn't make... No, I don't know. You lose credibility as a football manager when you make changes.
I said on Gary's show earlier today, I said, to me, we were losing the midfield battle. We need to stiffen it up. You bring Bergvall on, but you leave Bentancur on, unless you bring in Paulina on for him. You get in midfield, right? And then you take Richie off. So you've got Moani and Kudus up there, right?
Yeah.
You try and get a hold on the game. You've still got Taylor Johnson you can bring in. If you get a hold on the game, you can take one of them off afterwards and bring Taylor or what's just fresh legs for the last 20 minutes or something.
Yep.
But he got this completely wrong today. These substitutions were like completely wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, and then on the 80th minute, with 3 goals down, we scored the 3rd goal before we made the substitutions, right?
Yeah.
Johnson for Kudus and Tell for Moani. Well, look, I mean,
could have brought you and me on. Wouldn't have mattered.
It was too late.
We could have played, you know.
It was too late. I mean, but you can't.
There
is a rule, though, here.
Believe it or not. 36.
Yeah, there is a rule, believe it or not. For those in the chat and watching us on various platforms, which we appreciate your support, there is a rule that you can't make 5 substitutions in one go. You can only make 3. 3 is the maximum you can make. It's one of these rules. I don't know why that rule is there. You can make 3. A minute later, you can make the other 2. But you can't make 5 at once. I don't know why.
Because I didn't know that. I didn't know you couldn't make more than 3.
No, it's 3. It's 3. And I think there was a rule that you could, don't laugh, someone can correct me in the chat or later on. I think you can only have so many subs warming up at one time as well. Now, I can be correct. There are some stupid rules, but yeah, 3 are the maximum amount of subs you can make at one time. I don't know if it's to do with the 4th officials or the card or whatever. I don't know. So
maybe there's a view that 5 maybe they think if you make 5 substitutions at once, you're delaying the game too long.
Yeah.
Anyway, but regardless, you know, no plans tactically, and I've just got home from dropping my son on a knee. Oh, that was Chris. That was early.
Oh, that was an early one. That's an early one. I've missed it. Sorry.
Come on, yeah. I saw that. 40 minutes ago or so. Yeah.
Well,
I'll tell you what.
Where they go and what they do will depend on where our form has come. Whether we've got any results or points in the bag come Christmas and January time, because all the talk is going to swiftly change to the transfer window. Because these stories, I mean, they only last 3 days. Because like we have a game every other 3 days, so.
Hey, look.
Yeah, I agree. We need them.
Okay. Look. Sorry, I keep doing this.
Don't worry about it. Right, so.
I'm doubting Thomas. No pun. It is a pun. It's a good pun as well. Yeah.
Keller. The thing is, you see, there aren't. I like Gunter at Spurs actually, but is he ready? Okay, Destiny, thanks for coming. Thanks for your support. Before we finish, guys, I'm going to quick plug for the channel. We've got 50 of you watching us on various platforms.
Yeah, good.
If you like the content, please hit that subscribe button in the bottom right corner. Me and Ian can't see it. Yeah. And if you give the video a thumbs up, it just helps the algorithm, helps us grow. We bring you all this content for free. We try to make it as interesting as possible. We pride ourselves on being a mature and sensible group. Don't laugh, right? And yeah, and we do have a Facebook group. If any of you are interested, quite a big group. Actually, it's approaching 15,000. You can find us on XCOM. We have a WhatsApp group for any of you that want to come on the show. We need your phone number. We need to get that through private messaging on either Facebook or WhatsApp. Then we can add you. And if you want to come on and be a guest, you're more than welcome. We're always looking to, to vary the guest list up. We do have a well-chosen regulars, but we look to vary it up. Yeah, and a big up to everyone who watches on playback, and a big up to all the loyal support we have in the channel tonight. Thank you.
Absolutely. It's always good to see you all.
It's good to see you all. Yeah, good people. We're all well-intentioned Spurs fans at the end of the day. I mean, and it seems to be that me and Ian have had to host too many losses.
Yeah.
Host. And I'm sure it drains up hosts of other shows as well. It is frustrating and draining. It does. But we have to front up. Nothing worse than losing Arsenal away 4-1. But we had to front up and do the show because you've got to do it. You have to do it.
When is the Liverpool game? When is it?
It's next Saturday, 20th.
Oh,
We've got a break now. We've got no games. I think it's 5:30.
All right, it's the evening game. Okay, cool.
I think it's 5:30. If I'm wrong,
my grandson's birthday bash Sunday afternoon. Just hoping. I'll definitely host next Sunday. No,
right, good.
I'll be recovered and prepped to what happens.
Are you going to do? Oh, we need to set these times. I'm doing now for those of you out there, word regular watchers. My midweek shows when I do them, if I can find something to talk about, it's always harder midweek. It's going to go at 9 o'clock, right? Because people got work the next day and things like that, and it's a struggle. I mean, the Friday shows, the American audience goes out at 10 o'clock, but yeah, and Ian's show it's been 21:30, been 9:30, but. I don't know if you're going to change it to 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, okay.
It varies a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nine. I think 9 o'clock for the Northern European audience is probably better.
Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the banners, I mean, I don't know. Hopeful you are in the chat about how many signings we're going to make. But they'll be made because there are squad signings that need to be named by the whole recruitment team at this football club. They won't be down to Frank, just in case his days are numbered in at the end of the season. If we carry on like we are, we're just going to finish mid-table. I think that would be enough to sack him at the end of the season anyway. No European football means no manager, new manager basically. So I think we will have a strong end to the season. It's just my opinion. Just want to look for a few more banners. We're only going to go for a little bit longer, guys.
Yeah.
This guy. Have a look at this guy if you get a chance, guys. This Nathaniel Brown, Germany. He's got America. I think one of his parents is American. He could have played for USA. I posted a video in the WhatsApp group and to you, Ian, and to all the other regulars.
I haven't looked at
this video to have a look at. This guy looks good. There's a lot of clubs looking at him, but I'm saying it's January. Offer the money. I'd give 50 mil for him. He's 22. I rate this guy, right? From what I've seen. So,
question from Jimmy for you, Adrian.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? There was talk that they wanted to get rid of. They were they're willing to listen to Savinho. What's the other boy I read? There's another couple of decent players they were willing to get rid of. Was it?
Well, like they brought in the young goalkeeper, didn't they? That from and before Donnarumma came in, they brought in that young goalkeeper, didn't they? Was it from Sunderland or Huddersfield? Which one was he?
Yeah.
Well, give us his name in the chat. It escapes me. The young goalkeeper, guys. Give us
You're
the name.
thinking Trafford, are you?
Trafford, yeah, Trafford.
Yeah.
He made a couple of blunders. Look, you come to when Pat Jennings come to Spurs, he looked very shaky when he first come. What a goalkeeper! He turned best goalkeeper I've seen in my life, in my whole life. Yeah. So, James Trafford, he would be the one. Well, why not? Why not go for him? If I say one thing about Vicario though, he's got this stubbornness about him because no matter how many the fans South stand, get him out to kick it and all that. He digs in. He does his own thing. I think goalkeepers have got to be a bit mad and stubborn anyway. but he does do his own thing. Like, let's
It's
have a look at
never
his
my
last-
fault, Vicario. Yeah, Robinson's a good player.
I prefer the younger guy from Frankfurt, I've got to admit. And I like Robinson. He is good. Yeah, I would.
We got to
If
get
it-
more English players in. Robinson's English, isn't he?
American.
American. Fuck. Deported.
Always American. Yeah. Right, guys.
All right.
With 50 of you in the channel, I'm sorry we have to go and leave you, but there isn't much more to talk about. I'll go in more in depth in the game on Tuesday's show. We can have a real critique then,
Yeah.
right? I want to thank Ian for coming on back from his
I'll
holiday.
get over my jet lag and my cold by then.
Mm-hmm. Like I say, I want to thank you all again. Like I say, please subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up because it just helps the algorithm. It just helps us to grow and we can bring you better content as well then, you see. So with that, I want to thank you all on various platforms in the chat, those watching on playback again. And I'll play you out with this bit of soul music. Thanks again to Ian.
Cheers, A.
We are Tottenham till we die. We are Tottenham till we die. Spurs die, hearts, heart and soul. We are Tottenham till we die. We are Tottenham till we die. Spurs die, hearts, heart and soul. We are Tottenham till we die. We are Tottenham till we die. Spurs die, hearts, heart and soul. Lily white and navy blue. We are Tottenham till we die. We are Tottenham till we die. Spurs die, hearts, heart and soul. Lily white and navy blue. We are Tottenham till we die. We are Tottenham